next. We're going to hang out while I post. We're live on social. Everyone, I'm going to put that link out. So, hey, if you got a wild hair and you want to join us, we're going to go through the whole card, the coin toss winners. Henry has just told me he's going to actually put out the entire way he's going to put bets on this card.
I got 4 bets. I'm showing all 4.
So let's go into Instagram. Let's put this link out there, and then we'll get going, fam.
All right.
All right. We want a story. We'll do a picture of us because we're so pretty. Bam. Let's see.
You get to see my my ridiculously small hands, despite the fact.
That's funny. Let's see. Going
Sure, her hands are way bigger than mine.
Live now. DM me if you want to join. Smiley face.
Oh, we'll get some people joining on here. All right.
We might. We've never had people join, so I thought, hey, let's invite them. And then, how do I fucking... Yeah, this will be funny because it's sideways. And then, Henry, I'll tag you.
All right.
At Henry. There's our boy. And then I'll keep my phone, fam. I know we're live right now, but I'll keep my phone open, so in case you want to come on, I'll send you the link, okay? So we need some music. Henry, what should we do?
I don't know, whatever strikes your heart.
Let's do oh dude, let's just do The Good Life. You can't go wrong with that. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna keep my phone staring at me in case you guys want to come on with us. Okay, perfect. All right, Henry. Let's pull up. Well, first of all, let's get our thoughts on just our initial reaction. I'll go first, and then I'll get yours. But what I like what they did with this card, at least, let's get our chat up too. What I like what they did with this card is when they released it, what was fun was it was basically the whole thing. Like, usually, it comes out here and there, whatever. But, okay, there's our public chat. Okay. But when I caught the announcing on Slap News, it wasn't like, okay, here's one fight. The next day, okay, here's another fight. It was like the main card. Yeah. And that was awesome because there was the anticipation's cool, but it was nice that we just had it all at once so we could start, from a podcast perspective. I could start reaching out to guys, things like that, start doing the research that you do. But that's what I enjoyed about this upcoming one, was we knew what was going to happen. There was no mystery. It was all out there. And off rip, the one I was surprised about the most was Brandon Rhodes, right? I didn't see that one coming. I thought he was going to get a title shot.
Yeah.
And then the other one I was very intrigued by was Zakir and Wes, because there's and we'll get into it, fam. But those are just my initial reactions. Was they released it all at once? Awesome. Keep doing that. And then those are the first, right off the rip when I saw it, those are the first two that I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. What about you, man?
Now, I'm as biased as a man can possibly be, but Casey is a local California arm wrestler. Met him at an event. Super nice guy. So super excited to see him get a shot. And frankly, actually given a real match. Because a lot of these guys who are coming over from organizations like Lewis, I'm biased as hell because I'm friends with Lewis, but he was given, someone way low.
Oh, you cut out for a second there, brother. We got Henry on freeze mode. Right now.
Hello? Can you hear me?
There we go. You're back, man. You're back.
All right. Yeah, so I was basically just saying I'm happy that they gave him like a real matchup. So, for example, Lewis got, someone ranked number 7. He beat him by knockout, and he's not even ranked. Versus Casey, if he wins this fight, he will be in the rankings. There is no way you can beat Kalani Vakamalilo and not be in the top 10 at least. So I'm stoked that he's actually going to be getting a ranking spot if he wins. And he won the coin toss, which is great. Peter, I was also excited to see, again, a real matchup. They gave him a complete joke for his first match. I don't even know why that was set. And then after that, they gave him Luke Simons, who's a legit guy, you know,
Right.
and they actually gave him a ranking spot off his easy win. So I appreciate that they're giving Peter the respect he deserves. Like, listen, we know you're good. We're not going to have you face 10 and then face 8 and then face 7. We don't need fucking Peter to do that. He should beat Luke and then he should probably get a title shot. Or maybe he beats one other guy and then he gets a title shot. But, you know, this guy's 5-1 and his one loss was complete and utter bullshit. This guy's really 6-0.
Yeah.
And the guy he beat that he technically lost to off a DQ won the tournament before, eating shots from like 260-pound juice heads. Peter Chulik shows up, fucking $2.10, and he's completely starching this guy. So we don't need to fucking be soft with Peter and be like, oh, we don't know how good he is. He's ready. Give him a title shot now, and I wouldn't have minded if his first fight in Power Slap was for the title. I think that would have been completely reasonable. But if we're not going to give him an immediate title shot, we'll give him some Indian dude. He beats some Indian dude. We'll give him Luke, who's legit as fuck. If Turt beat Luke, he would have gotten a title shot. Luke's right up there.
Right.
Allen beat Luke, and he got a title shot.
Yeah.
So beating Luke, you could do a lot of good things for yourself after you beat Luke. Peter will sleep him in the first round. And then after that, Peter will get a title shot, hopefully.
Wow. Well, I think that's like literally the perfect intro because I think they're the first ones on this opening up the card. So let's share my screen. And and Henry, we're not doing any video this time. We're not getting flagged at all. We're gonna run through what we know will keep us going live. So
all right,
let's share my screen and just start going down the card, fam. And then I'm gonna click back over, Henry, because just so I can see how it looks to the people. Okay, yeah, that's great. So. The strikers in bold are the ones that won the coin toss. So this is perfect segue, dude. So we got Luke Simons, lethal strike. He's going up against Peter, the alligator, Algi, Truchik. How do you say that? Truchilik, something like that.
I believe it's pronounced Trulik.
Trulik. Okay, C H is silent.
Don't ask me. You know, I'm a white guy.
It sounds better than what I just ripped off. So we'll go with Trulik. So this is what I want to say about this match, and I agree with you. They're giving somebody legit in Luke. When Luke went up against Allen, and I talked to Allen about this, I just knew Luke was going to win. I just knew he was going to be Allen, right? And then what did he do? He showed us why Power Slap is so beautiful. Allen gets up there. He just pulls off this upset in a huge
Which
way.
I bet on, by the way.
Yes, Allen. You did. Credit where credit's due. And he got catapulted to a title shot. So the fact you are already saying, yeah, give Peter this title shot immediately. He could have done it from jump. Is interesting because when I talked to Peter on the live, he actually sent me a video of him just striking the paddle that they hold up, right? And dude, Henry, it was terrifying, dude.
Yeah,
it was terrifying. He did 7 to 9 slaps in a row on the paddle, and you know how some guys kind of tweak it, and the room is echoey. This was not one of those types of rooms, and it still echoed. It was terrifying, dude.
He is obscene. Like he is, and also Peter is a national arm wrestling champion. So there are 2 arm wrestling guys on this card. I think a lot of arm wrestling guys would be really good at Power Slap. Because arm wrestling guys are like the hidden strength freaks of the world that like people don't really know.
Yeah, they're
I
underground.
know because I'm an arm wrestler. Where it's like I am a weak arm wrestler. When I arm wrestle a normal guy, I almost never lose. Like, and I am a weak arm wrestler. Like when I go to the arm wrestling club, I'm like an average guy, below average guy. You know, if we're in a room of 100 arm wrestlers, I can beat 10 of them. But if I'm in a room of 100 people, I will lose to one of them. So it's totally different when you compare like arm wrestler strength to like normal guy strength. There are some areas where they're just freaky. And Peter's one of those guys that he's not just arm wrestling strong. He's like regular strong too.
Yeah, he's got both, and I think it bodes well because it's also a very specific thing for one part. I mean, there's a lot of mechanics to the one part of the body, right? Mm-hmm. But you get the sentiment of to just one part. Like you're using basically 2 major parts of your arm, and in arm wrestling, there's a lot of tactics that go into that as well, from how you grip over here and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it's very specific. So I think that helps him as well. He just has one thing to do. That's it.
My belief is it is because of elbow flexion. So right here, this exact force if you just lengthen your arm and you're slapping somebody, it's this that fails. But as I bend my arm, you notice what it looks like, whether or not you're slapping or not. So I believe it is most people who slap a bag really hard and then they hurt their arm, they say that their elbow hurts. We saw this with Lorenzo Florian against Danny Van Heerden. He hurt his elbow. Arm wrestlers have the strongest, freakiest elbows ever. So if you have a very strong elbow, I think you get into slapping and you're like, I can hit the pad as hard as I want. It doesn't hurt at all. You know, because like me, I did slapping for like a few weeks just on a pad for fun. And when
you said you had some ambition, man, I believe, yes?
Well, at a point in time, I wanted to compete in power slap, but I realized that if I compete in power slap, I can no longer bet, and I am one of the highest paid people in slap fighting right now without actually getting hit in the head. I will take a significant pay cut to start getting hit in the head. Most people would not do that, and I'm not one of them. But I definitely would consider taking a match in someone's backyard at a barrel just for fun, because I'm a bit of a meathead. As much as I like to cosplay as a smart guy, I definitely have a meathead mentality somewhere deep inside me, and he wants to slap. And he wants to get, and more specifically, if I do a slap fight, I'm going to like forfeit the coin toss. I want to get hit. Like I want to.
Dude, that's what Logan was saying. He was like, hit me first. Out.
It's not because, well, we can get into a whole different conversation about this. I was thinking about the other day, and I was actually I didn't bring this up to Lewis, but I do want to talk to him about it. The coin toss stats, right? It's kind of interesting. So we know 12% of fights win by first round knockout for the person who wins the coin toss, but the coin toss winner only wins 51% of the time.
Right.
So there are a few different ways this goal can be achieved. And I'm going to sort of put on a tinfoil hat here for the first one. Okay. The first way it can be achieved is that the power slap brass intentionally rig a small portion of the coin toss results to the guy who is obviously going to win. So as an example, Wolverine always loses the coin toss because he's probably going to win anyways. So they artificially are changing the coin toss results by giving the guys who are going to be able to eat a shot, they're making them lose the coin toss to try to put their hands on the scale. They don't need to do a whole lot. They need to rig like 10% of coin tosses for it to appear like it's 50-50. That's option one.
Okay.
Option two is that some of the characteristics that make you hit hard are the same characteristics that make you eat a slap. I think this is bullshit. I do not think that that's true. There are plenty of guys who are glass cannons. There are plenty of guys who got a great chin and are weak as fuck. I don't think that that is the accurate. The last thing is the adrenaline shot of getting hit first. I don't think it's crazy to think that if two guys both have a good chin, when you go and you're like, I'm still here, there is certainly a boom that you get, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy now. I ate the shot. And of course, when you go up there, you think you're gonna eat the shot, you plan to eat the shot, but you don't know if you're gonna eat that shot. So once you actually do it, and you're like, I'm still here, and now it's my turn. I absolutely think there's a jolt you get, and when you're walking out to know that, and I'd love to speak to athletes who have 10 fights. When you walk out knowing you're gonna get hit, do you get more adrenaline than walking out knowing you're going to hit? For me, I think I would get more adrenaline walking out getting hit. Because it's like you got something to prove. I'm going to show these motherfuckers. I'm eating this thing. So when you actually do it, not only did you have more adrenaline, but now you're like, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. Versus if you're walking out hitting first and you're cocky and you're like, oh, I'm going to beat this guy. You probably don't even have that much adrenaline. I'm going to knock this fool out. What the fuck do I care? Then you hit him, and instead of an adrenaline hit, you're like demotivated. You're like deflated, like, oh my god, I thought I was going to knock this guy out. What's happening? You're all in your head, and now you're about to get hit by like some fucking ball of adrenaline. So
dude, I love that, actually. I never thought about that. Yeah, but if you, dude,
so I don't know.
That third one, I think there's truth in there, man.
So, and also, it can be a combination of all three. Maybe some of the coin tosses are rigged. Maybe there are some characteristics to hitting hard that can help you take a hit. And maybe there is some weird adrenaline thing. But without a shadow of doubt, I can say something that we don't fully understand is adding to those statistics. Because logically, if 12% of fights end by the coin toss winner on the first slap, you would expect 56% of fights to be, or would it be 50, or would it be
No,
38?
it would be closer
38
to
by the
4.
coin toss loser?
Yeah, it'd be just over
It's
40.
not 49. I'll tell you that
No,
much
it's
right
not
now.
49,
It should
no.
not be 49. So there's something up there. There's something that we don't understand yet. And I believe it is that third choice. I believe there are a lot of guys who walk out. They're going first. They feel cocky. I'm going to win. They slap. And at that moment, pause. The guy is about to slap, and he is filled with adrenaline. Like, I'm going to show this motherfucker. He thought he was going to knock me out, and I ate that shit.
Yes.
The other guy was feeling this, and now he feels like this. I need to get underneath the floor to show you how shit he just feels. He was walking out thinking, this guy ain't shit to me, knocking him out. First blow, I'm going to get 10K, win bonus show money. My life's easy. And then, boom, all of that in 1 second flips around. I'm about to get hit, and I'm like a sad dog in a corner. And this other guy's screaming. Like, so I don't know what it is, but I know for a fact if I ever had a slap fight, I'm only going to do one. I'm never going to do a lot of slap fights. I want to get hit. I would go second only because I want to experience the full range that a slap fight has to offer, which includes getting hit. I would hate to have my one slap fight be, oh, I knocked him out in the first blow, and it's like, how does my brace work? Can I take a hit? I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's nuances to it, man, because dude, that's interesting because you're right. If I'm that guy with a chin and I get hit first, I'm so much more amped, focused, and just ready. Whereas if I'm the guy that goes first and I don't achieve what I just know I'm going to, yeah, you could have the opposite effect of,
it's demoralizing.
Shit. Now what do I do? So that's a good way to look at this first match because Luke he's legit. Say what you want.
Nothing can save Luke.
Like
Luke needs a piano to fall on the roof onto Peter during the match. That's his only way he can win this. There's no way.
So this is what I'm going to do through this card is my heart says Luke because we've gotten to know him. He's my boy. We went out, did the short documentary on him, so you're kind of a bit more in that world with him. But my head does say Peter. And the reason is because looking at the footage he has sent me, looking at what he already did, and looking at him knowing he's not just a physique, he's got some skill. Mm-hmm. Luke has got to have the best chin he's ever had. And I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying he's got to have the perfect chin for round one, and then he's got a shot. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to say if I knew Peter would not DQ, I would literally bet my life savings on him. That's
confident. Foreshadowing to Zakir. Keep talking.
There's no way. I can genuinely say, and obviously, unsurprisingly, this is one of my 4 bets. If you like making some money, you want an easy night in the office, bet a little bit of money on Peter Trahulik. Take your girl out for dinner, whatever, pays for your hotel, whatever you want to do with that money. But I'm telling you right now, there is a 0% chance Peter can lose this. He has been hit way harder, and Luke has never eaten a shot as hard as he's about to have to eat. Alan Klingbeil does not have shit on Peter Trahulik, and Klingbeil did it in 2, and now Luke's chin is worse because he just came off a knockout. I literally in my whole career of sports betting, I've been doing this full time for 3 years. I have never seen a more obviously free money bet in my entire life.
What was the one on the last card? You were like, bet the house. It was Siegman. It was was it?
Lewis. Yep.
Lewis. Yeah. That's right.
And what do you know? Lewis completely embarrassed him. It wasn't even slightly close. He ate 5 slaps, 4 of which hit the button, ate them like nothing. He missed 2 of his 3 slaps and still won by knockout. And he was a 3-1 underdog. I couldn't have been more unlucky on the outcome. He got hit 5 times and he missed 2 of his 3 slaps. And he still won. That's how much fucking better Lewis Robinson is than fucking James Siegman.
Man, that's so funny. I remember that moment where you're like, bet your house, your entire life savings on Louis.
I said I would shave my head if Lewis didn't knock him out. And I was this close to having a bald head next time I came on here. But this one, I promise you, will be significantly less close. And again, that was Lewis's worst night ever. He hit up here.
It had to have been some type of nerves. He won't admit that, but I think it was some type of nerves.
I've spoken with him. It was the box. So he's never stood at that box before. And he said the podium was way different than he thought it would be. It's weird. They don't have a podium in the back. And he's never fought on Power Slap before. He bites at a barrel. So when he went up there, The
smaller.
thing threw him off like crazy, which is why you see his accuracy. And me and him talk all the time, so I know exactly what happened. He said the first strike, he was completely thrown off. He was like the whole dimensions of it was way weird. And he's the guy where he's practiced so much it almost hurts him because he's so used to doing it this exact way. So when you get up there and it's not what you think it is, you're like kind of spun a little bit like, whoa.
And
so,
in this sport, it's centimeters. It's not even inches. It matters.
Yeah.
It matters.
So that's how the first one he just completely whiffed, and he was just like, okay. And that's why you see him get better each strike. So first one he completely missed. Second one was okay, but he's had better shots. And then the third one was right there on the money because he was figuring out the box. Since then, literally his first day back with his trainer, he was like, we need to adjust the slap here because our slap doesn't work at the podium. So they've already adjusted that, and he sent me some videos, so it won't happen again. He'll be on the money his next one. But this specific one, he was just, a little thrown off.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, man. All right, so let's move on to Jordan and Rican. Jordan and Jonathan. So,
yep.
Obviously, Jordan's coming on the scene, right? And he won the coin toss for this. I can go back and watch Jonathan, and I can see those matches, and I can go back and watch Jordan. But to me, as a fan, you got to remember we got into this on Road to the Title Season 3. So anything that like predates that, I have watched matches, but I'm just not as tuned in. So talking with Jonathan, and that's going out this week, fam. There's a bunch of interviews getting ready to drop. Just get ready. But dude, he's excited. He's confident. I get a good vibe from him. And I just think Jordan's going to pull it out. That's all I got to say. And I haven't spoken with Jordan yet, but I just have this feeling of, with that layoff, I think the layoff hurt Jonathan. That's how I feel. I think Jonathan's going to bring it. He's genuine. He is honest about how he feels. But there's just something going on in my brain where I think, Jordan going first isn't gonna help Jonathan. I got Jordan in this one, and so my head's saying Jordan, my heart's saying Jonathan in this one.
So I'm willing to make an unbelievably hot take here. If you did a poll, 95% of people are picking Jordan, and I'm picking Rican Rambo, and I will explain why.
Give it.
So I have a bit of gripe with Power Slap clearly picking favorites, right? And,
sure.
And I think I know more defensively than any human on the planet in this sport. Genuinely. I decided I would give every bit of knowledge I know to Rican Rambo just to fuck with the Power Slap brass and make their golden boy not.
So have you talked with him?
So they set him up the most perfect fucking match ever. Oh, this guy, old guy who's been knocked out twice. They're not bringing him back because they like his personality. They're bringing him back so that way Jordan gets a free win. And I fucking hate that. I think it's dirty. Rican Rambo is a good guy, family man.
He's great.
Why are we fucking him over? Why are we treating him like shit? Why are we giving him this difficult matchup where Jordan wins the coin toss? I'm fucking done with this shit. So I messaged Rican Rambo, and I said, starting now, I am your coach. I will tell you exactly what you need to do. You're just going to listen to everything I tell you.
Hold on, real quick. Was he so thrown off with some guy coming in and just going like, hey, dude, listen to me?
I know how to set the stage to make a guy trust me.
Okay,
and he said, okay, we'll hop on a video call. Hopped on a video call. For 25 minutes, I told him exactly what he needs to do. I told him exactly how to brace, exactly how to stand, everything that can possibly happen. He was so receptive, so grateful, so thanking of me. I then set him up with a Power Slap athlete, who I won't name because I don't know if he wants to be named, who is helping him on his slap. So we've got his Power Slap guy working on his slap. I'm helping him work on his brace. We are doing everything we can to make Jordan Oasis lose. In Vegas, I'm going to meet up with Rican Rambo. We've got a whole meeting set up. We're going to do a little team meeting out there. And I'm going to help him make sure he has his brace perfected exactly as I envision it. Will they let him do it on stage? I don't know. I don't know what the referee is going to do. This is uncharted territory for the entire world. What I will say right now,
without divulging too much, because I just got more excited for this.
Yeah.
So without divulging too much, when it comes to the defensive side, are you thinking about, because we all know the trick they do, right? Tuck it in, ref walks away, and they kind of sneak it back. So this is new. This is new.
Like what I'm about to show, no one's done it before. Now, individual pieces of it I have taken from people, but some of it is literally fucking right up here. Brand new shit no one's seen before. Will it work? I have no clue. I have no clue. Like, really, there is a chance that Rican Rambo is wiggling around on the floor after the first slap. I don't know. But all I will say is if he doesn't eat the slap, it was not for lack of effort. And I will guarantee you, 2 weeks ago, he was a dead man walking. When he told me what his plan was, he was fucked. But his plan is his plan no longer. We now have something in place. And I'll tell you right now, if he eats that first shot, I think Jordan's taking a nap 100%. I'm confident if he actually gets to slap, he will win. I don't know if he will get to slap, but he's never been knocked out in the first round. And against Delvin Hamlet, the first one was on the button. He was wobbled. Second one, TKO'd him. Against Logan, Logan missed his first slap. The second one, I would say KO'd. It might have been a TKO, but he's never been asleep. So even though his chin is bad, it's not totally gone.
Yeah. And would you say his heart is bigger than his chin?
Well, here's the thing.
Metaphorically.
I'll say this. His previous bracing strategy was fucking terrible. This guy effectively was just sitting there limp and taking it. He had I won't divulge what he was doing before because it's not for me to say, but it was effectively doing nothing. Like, he doesn't realize what he was doing before was shit, and I kind of explained to him and he realized. But now what he's doing, night and day. So he is a completely new man. I'm meeting with him in person. We're gonna be working for like another hour 30. Like, literally, I'm flying into I'm driving to Vegas Wednesday night. I'm placing my bets the moment after they all weigh in. After that, I'm Rican Rambo's fucking personal coach, and I'm following around everywhere, making sure he's doing everything right.
Dude, you need to document some of this, man. Like break out your phone. Not maybe like Devil's a secret, but dude, I'd watch that shit.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. But I'll tell you right now, if Jonathan Correa wins, not to stroke my own ego, it was only because of me. I am the reason why he won. If he wins,
and if he loses, this so much.
I will also take responsibility.
Okay,
I did everything I could.
Fair.
If he loses, it's my fault. But dude, I'm pretty sure he's not losing. Like, I genuinely, gun to my head, if I had literally fucking right here, Henry, who's winning, Rican Rambo or fucking Jordan Oasis? They set up the match for him to win. He won the coin toss. Fuck all that. Rican Rambo's winning.
Dude, let's go. Let's go, fam. I love that take. Dude, I didn't know that. So I'm finding this out in real time, everybody. That's crazy.
But now, I will say, though, if he loses, it will not scratch my itch to see my brace tested because he's so fucked. Like, they set up a fucked up match. This is not right.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm taking a guy. Like, basically, what this test is for me. If he wins this fight, I can make anyone win their power slap fight. I can basically rig the results because this matchup is already rigged the other way. So if I can flip a rigged result the other way around. And I'm telling you right now, if Power Slap ever tries to pull some shit like this again, where they have and I know some that are on the way, I might be helping the guy who's fucked consistently because I don't like the brass picking winners. I think that's dirty. So if they try to pick winners, I'm going to try to fuck over their picking winners. Set up real fights, Power Slap.
Okay, but real talk though, do you think they're actually? I don't deny in the fight game. There's like, okay, this guy's. We still got him on contract, whatever. Let's give him one last hoorah. See you later. Like, I know that's real. That happens a lot. But do you really think they're specifically picking winners, or are they specifically picking a narrative? Meaning, they want Jordan to win, so they're setting him up, but it's because they want Jordan to eventually take on so-and-so. I think it's more of a narrative thing than like, we want him to win kind of a thing.
The matchups are not rigged, or the matches are not rigged in the sense where I think during the fight, everyone gets a fair crack.
During the fight, there's no way you could rig it. It would be so obvious.
I mean, Dwayne and Nate was pretty rigged in my opinion, but besides that, I think most fights have been fair.
Yeah. Well, we'll sidebar that one. That was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, but anyway, I think most of the fights are fair, and I don't think that they pick favorites too hard. I definitely think that, like, for example, if you knock someone out, I think they do everything they can to not have a DQ occur.
I believe that, especially
for example,
overseas.
Brandon Rhodes was literally knocked out against Kanakawa, but they called a club, so they just decided on the spot that this new rule, you got 2 minutes to recover. That's not a rule. They just invented that.
That was on the fly.
Then he literally was like, at 15, they woke him up, and then he stands back up, and he's still wobbling. And they go, okay, go back down. You're okay. Keep going. And then Brandon Rhodes miraculously eats the second slap. But then he ends up taking a nap.
He's a savage, man.
Yeah, like that situation, it should have been a DQ win for Brandon Rhodes, and I'm slightly bitter because I had money on Brandon Rhodes, but it definitely should have been a DQ. I don't think it takes like a rocket scientist to say that. But you know, it is what it is, and they clearly try to avoid DQs, which helps me. Which helps me when I'm betting on people like Peter, and the only way he can lose is DQ. I kind of like that. I know that if Peter steps, they're probably going to pretend that it didn't happen. So
sure,
it all evens out in the end.
Yeah, it all evens out. Yeah, so you think that they are trying to pick certain people, but it's more picking those people as opposed to picking a narrative they hope occurs.
Yeah, they are setting up matches that are easier for certain guys. There's a match I know in the future. I guess I can't share, but it's complete bullshit, similar to this one. But yeah, they are trying to set up easy matches for guys that they want to win.
Yes.
I mean, for example, giving stunt AJ, that was another one. A lot of people don't realize how bad AJ is, which is why they think that was a reasonable match. But that was AJ's, I think, 5th knockout, maybe 4th. Yeah, chins don't have 4 knockouts in them.
No, especially not in this game. Yeah, I think
you get 2.
I think that was another. Because he was like one of the original holders of what everybody wants, right? And so I think that was them being okay. Let's get this guy back up there, and then again, if he wins, I just think there's another story to tell there. But what's interesting about Slap is the narratives are fun, and we'll get into a huge one on the main fight, the title fight. But it's harder to play even that game, man, because you can't play it fully in the UFC and MMA, and there's a lot more power to control a narrative there. But I love it because you just said it a few minutes ago. When it comes to the actual fight, you don't know what's going to happen. So you can't control the outcome like WWE. And for that, as a fan, you still know there's that bit of mystery, and that's what makes it exciting. Yeah,
they can for sure put their fingers on the scale, but they cannot actually, like right now, I'm telling you right now, if Rican Rambo eats the slap and he knocks out Jordan Oasis, he will be declared the winner. I mean, there's only so much they can do to protect Jordan Oasis.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
I mean, they're going to try, the coin toss and, giving him a nice matchup, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the fight, I am convinced that Rican Rambo will be given a fair shake. And if he wins, he wins.
Dude, I love that take, man. I love it. Let's move on. So we got Kalani and we got Casey. So you were just, let's have you start on this one. You already talked about Casey. Professional arm wrestler, right? We think that does help him. Both you and I think that. But man, he's got a challenge, bro. What do you think with this one?
I always pick the guy with the better chin to beat the guy with the worst chin. I think chin is way more important than how hard you can hit in this sport.
I agree with that.
Especially in the super heavyweights.
Yeah.
I'm picking Casey. I don't know why anybody thinks Kalani Vakumalilo is going to win. Every time he's ever been hit, he's stumbling all over the place. Tim Sylvia knocked out a champion who knocked out a champion and then slapped Casey 20 fucking times and he didn't budge. Casey has a chin. Now, does he have the power to fuck with Kalani?
Real quick, for everyone watching and listening, real quick, you can find that match on YouTube that he's talking about with Tim Sylvia, and you can't look. The video don't lie. That's facts. He couldn't get rid of him. Tim Sylvia couldn't get rid of Casey.
Couldn't budge him. Now, a lot of people who don't know Power Slap will say, oh, well, Casey's not that strong. He couldn't knock out a 50-year-old. I'm letting you know right now, I could knock out Tim Sylvia if he was in Power Slap. If he stuck his chin out and actually braced fairly. But the guy fucking turtles up like this. And then when you hit him with like the tip of your fingers. So Casey missed 10 times in a row. That's all that happened. That's why he couldn't knock out and every single time you watch both fights, Tim Sylvia braces fairly in the first round. He'll be like all over the place and like he'll fall down. And then after that, he starts cheating. Literally, just take a screenshot of round 1 and round 2. Round 1, he's like this. Round 2, he's... So of course, Casey can't do shit to him because every single time he's got his shoulders in the way and he's all fucking turtled up and he just hits him with his fingers. So obviously if you're hitting a guy with your fingers, you're not going to knock him out. So Casey is sleeper strong, way stronger than people think he is because he goes up against dirty cheaters all the fucking time. And for once, a guy's going to need to stick that chin out and get hit by him. And Casey's knocking his ass out. It might be a decision. I have no clue. But I'm rooting for Casey. I'm going there. Literally, the guy I'm very close friends with, his name is Travis Preventure. He started like a exclusive shirt line to help Casey, because he's been struggling a little bit financially, and like he was just down on his luck, and then his fucking car got broken into, and like all the windows are busted. He's just like, it's just when life's just, you're down, and then your car's window gets busted. He was just struggling. So anyway, Travis helped him out. Casey needs this shit right now. It would be so incredible for him to come out with win bonus, show money, and a fucking little 10K on top. I know he's taking this shit seriously. And I know that guy can eat damage. Like, I'm not ready to say Kalani hits harder than Tim Sylvia. I think Tim Sylvia hits harder. And he ate 20 of them. 20 of them.
That's so insane.
So it's like, yeah, I'm picking Casey. And I know he's going to be a dog. I'm not betting on it because I don't know. But if you want a little sleeper bet for a little, and you're a degenerate and you want to bet on all the fights, I'm picking Casey.
So my take is pretty simple, actually, on this one. I definitely was familiar with Kalani, of course, but I just feel like, for no other reason, I just feel like people are overlooking Casey. And of the match I have seen of him with Sylvia, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I got Casey in this one. I don't think people are expecting it. I don't think people realize. And in Slap, that plays to your favor to come in kind of unknown, but you got the business. Kind of like Jujar Singh. Mm-hmm. He didn't just come on the scene. Like, he was a studier. He knew it. He knew the rules. He knew how to slap, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's a little bit like Casey. People are just kind of overlooking him for whatever reason, not knowing he does bring something to the table. So I got Casey in this one.
Yeah, and the same thing happened with Lewis. I mean, Lewis being plus 185 against James Seekman was one of the funniest things I think I've ever read on the internet. Like, literally, I remember when I saw the line, I sent it to Lewis. The first day I said, I go, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, they just think I'm bad. But it's like, and what's crazier too is the line opened closer and people started actually putting their money on James Seekman. Like, that's the reason why it was plus 180. People were literally seeing James Seekman at those odds going, nah, he's a bigger favorite than that, which is delusional. But that's some crazy. People just don't know the level at some of these other leagues. And a lot of these guys suck. But a lot of there's a few of them who are really good. I mean, Peter Chulik is one of these examples. I think Peter Chulik right now, if he went up against Wolverine, I'd bet my fucking house on Peter. I know he's beating Wolverine.
But that has to be due to Wolverine's age in the sport, though. It can't be.
When Wolverine was at his best, he couldn't fuck with Peter. Peter's on a whole new level. Dude, just look at him. No rocket science. Look at him. You can tell who's taking this more seriously.
No, so, okay, that's fair. I mean, Ron is very, I wouldn't say he's a gym rat, but I would say he's a slap rat. Maybe we just coined a new term. Are you a slap rat?
I mean, I have no doubt Wolverine hits hard. He does not hit half as hard as Peter does. Not close.
You know what? Well, I was just going to say what would be crazy is if they just, can you imagine? Wolverine wins, and they're like, fuck it, we'll put him against Peter. And then we have this new era of Peter Trahulik going on at Powerslam.
It's coming. And unfortunately, Pavel Horlishin is also really good. His chin's untested, but he's very strong. Very similar to Peter. But Pavel's going to be running 185, I think. Because I think they've agreed that they'll between them, they'll never fight. So because of that, if Peter becomes the champ, obviously they both want a belt. I think Pavel's going to be coming down to 185, and I would pick Pavel to beat anybody at 185.
Dude, that's crazy. No, it's going to be a good card, man. It sounds a little like fangirl / cliche, but seriously, every card, there is something in every card that you need to tune in for. Yeah. Like, there hasn't been a card yet where it's like, oh, okay, ho-hum, let's get to the real deal. That's where Slap, I think, is different, bro. I really do. There's not ever, at least not yet, to me as a fan, this like ho-hum about anything. It's so interesting to find out, coded in our DNA, like Dana says, fighting's in our DNA. Mm-hmm. Coded in our DNA, we need to see who's going to come out on top. And what's fun is, not only is that a thing, but now as the sport grows, it's also like, oh shit, man, I thought so-and-so was going to pull it out. But it's so unpredictable to have something like a Peter come on the scene that's so interesting, that feels so ready to be champ, just makes it that much more fun to watch. You know what I mean? All right.
Entities going at it. Like, I love it when I'm saying I don't know who's going to win, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. Let's keep this trend going. So we've got this one's awesome. So next up we got Dakota and we got Vince. So when I interviewed Cole Young, we were just kind of having fun with each other, right? And he's like, "Well, I was saying, who do you want to go up against?" And he's like, "Well, give me some names. Who do you think?" So it caught me off guard. So I just pulled up the rankings, and it's on video. You can watch. I said, "Well, what about Vince? You know, undefeated. He's got the dog in him. He wants the strap." And so that obviously could happen still in the future. But what we have now in front of us is who's going to be the king of Canada. That's been kind of a phrase going around.
Yeah.
I don't know who coined it first, if it was Dakota, Vince, or Slap News, but I like that. We're finally going to have somebody up north get a win. And this is where it gets interesting for me. So, again, I hate being a fence sitter, so I'm going to do head and heart. My heart wants Dakota, and the reason is because when he went up against Robert, credit where credit's due, Robert put him out, especially in that second one, right? But I think Dakota's chin is supremely underrated because Robert is a dog, dude. Like, pound for pound, he might be the guy, right? And for Dakota,
he is
to take that and be alive, I think Dakota's chin is underrated. So I feel like my heart says Dakota, but my head says Vince because you have to look at Vince and go, okay, has he been beat? All right. Does he have a chin? Well, yeah. Is it as strong as Dakota's? We're about to find out. But my head says Vince pulls us out, but my heart goes, dude, I'm not mad if Dakota wins, but I'm taking Vince in this one.
So this might be my favorite fight on the card, and I actually don't have a bet for it. So initially, my plan was to bet on Vince because I was hoping Vince would win the coin toss, and I saw a beautiful path ahead of me. Vince wins the coin toss, knocks out Dakota in the first round. Robert Trujillo, Vince Tracy, and I can bet my fucking house on Trujillo because I know Trujillo's beaten Vince. But it would set up the odds to look real nice. You know, people would think Vince can beat Trujillo, and he cannot. So I was thinking, man, that would be awesome how that all plays out. Then Dakota wins the coin toss, and now it's a bit stinky. And I've been trying to get into contact with Vince because as much as I gave the keys to the kingdom to Rican Rambo, I wanted to give a few of the keys to the kingdom to Vince Tracy because he made some huge mistakes against what the fuck's his name? Andrew Fields.
Fields, yeah, Casper, yeah.
He made some huge mistakes against him, and if he does that again, he might get knocked out in the first round. If I was in Vince Tracy's body, he would be my favorite bet this card. He cannot lose if he does what he needs to do. He won't do what he needs to do, so I don't know. But if he does the correct thing, and again, I'm trying to get into Vince, if you're watching this, please.
Vince, DM this fool. You'd be surprised. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. He's not blowing smoke.
I've commented on his stuff saying, hey, can you just hear me out? Just send me a message. He'll respond to all my comments except for the one saying that. I've sent him messages. He doesn't respond. Please, Vince, anything. I will literally...
He does have a baby coming now. It might be the baby might be coming today, so he's got some things on his mind.
Well, he responds to my comments, except for the ones me saying, "Hey, can I help you?" And I'm not even saying you have to do what I tell you. Hear me out. That's all I want. Just hear me out. All right?
Yeah.
So if Vince does what if he listened to me, I would pick him to win this fight easily. But he will not do what he needs to do, which means he might lose. Dakota McGregor got sat down by a guy who goes to video game conventions. This guy does not have a good chin, I promise you. And on top of that, he took about 4 fights of damage between then and when he got knocked down by the video game convention visitor. All right? Vince will send this guy to the fucking nether realm if he gets the slap ever. But he is an old man. And his chin is not as good as Trujillo's. I think that's not a hot take, exactly.
Right.
And man, he just needs to do like little details, and he will win this fight easily, I think. So because of that, I struggle to make a prediction. But
it's hard on this one, man.
But I'm always going to pick the guy that has the easy way to win. If Vince does everything right, Dakota's fucked. If Dakota does everything right, he will still probably lose. So I'm picking Vince, but if Vince is rolling around on the canvas in the first round, no saying I told you so, because I think that might happen. Yeah. I definitely think that might happen, because Dakota is strong. His chin is iffy every time he's ever been hit. Right here, going that way, he has fallen on the ground every single time. The only times he's ever eaten a shot is because the opponent missed. And if Trujillo wants to hit me on the top of the head, I can eat the shot. It's just if he hits me on the chin, I might be taking a nap.
Right,
but Dakota was flinching all the damn time, so he wasn't actually getting hit too much in the first fight properly. Every time he ever got hit on the button, he was literally like looking like he just saw a ghost and on the floor. So his chin is, you said it was underrated. It is slowly becoming overrated because people actually think he was eating the shots in the Trujillo match. He was cheating. If you cheat, you can eat the shots. Just like we saw with, a 50-year-old getting hit by a 400-pound man. You can eat the shots if you're cheating in some manner. So Dakota, if he actually needs to test his chin against Vince, and Vince connects with this point on his chin, Dakota will be snoozing 100%. But I don't think that, there are ways that cannot happen. So I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, this is the match, we've both kind of said it. This is the match where I'm intrigued by it, probably the most, because I don't have a clear cut in this. I haven't seen any terrifying videos of these two. I haven't seen, anything that suggests one way or the other. So this one is going to be, I will be surprised no matter who wins, which, fam, that might be not the take you're thinking of. Again, head says Vince, heart says Dakota, but that's what makes this one interesting. You said it. Someone has to do everything right, and it's going to be a no-brainer. We just don't know who that's going to be.
No, I said the other thing. If Vince does everything right, it's a no-brainer.
Sorry, that's right.
Dakota can do everything right and still be taken asleep. He might still lose. But Vince has the opportunity to make this look easy, really easy. And if he does that, oh my God, obviously he's getting a title shot. If he eats the first shot from Dakota and knocks him out in one, we're not even thinking about who's fighting Trujillo next. Obviously, It's Dakota.
Yeah, no, it becomes real.
It's Vince, not Dakota. And I actually thought the organization would have Vince win the coin toss because Dakota winning.
You really think the coin toss is rigged, dude?
A little bit, yeah. It's like Vince
actually,
Zakir's won 4 of them in a row. Nate Bernard won 2 of them in a row, and then to be fair, then he lost against DeBell, which I suppose is somewhat proof that it isn't rigged. But yeah, it's a little weird how 51% of the time the coin toss winner wins. Wolverine is the most boring champ ever, and he lost $1 million in a row. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It is
weird.
I'm not certain. I'm not certain though, but it does feel like, I don't know. It's just not as clean as it should be. And I'm a stats guy. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a law of large numbers guy. I know Monte Carlo simulations, all this stuff. It feels weird. And they even flipped the coin toss again and Wolverine lost it. They flipped it out of habit and then they forgot about the new rule. So Wolverine lost another coin toss.
Yeah.
The only time he ever won it was in Abu Dhabi where they fucking love him. So, I don't know, man.
It is fascinating. We talk about it all the time. Something so simple is so controversial every single time. And dude, it's going to be 5 years from now, and I'll probably still ask you the same question. Do you think it's still rigged?
Listen, do a live stream. I understand 3 people will watch it. That's fine. Do a live stream. It can be on a referee's personal social media. It can be on the fucking Nevada State Athletic Commission's website. I don't care. Do a live stream. All right, Jordan Oasis, your heads. Rican Rambo, your tails. Flip. It was tails. You win. It's not rocket science.
We know who's got access to that now. Hey, Ding. Hey, Corey. Big G's. What's up, man? Let's convince Frank and those guys to do a live stream, not just record it. Do a live stream. You boys can pull it off now.
And also, listen, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. But on top of that, they're talking about, fucking dang. He's saying, oh, it's been proven that it's real. Look at this video. I can take a video of anything. I can literally go, okay, guys, let's film that video where Darius wins the coin toss. You guys good? Okay. Oh, Darius won. We can film that video 30 times until Darius wins the coin toss, and then send the video to whoever the fuck we want.
Yeah, I get that, but my thing is this though. I get that, and dude, anybody with a brain that grew up in the social media internet era knows you can edit that shit. Just keep recording. Yeah. But here's what I think about that though. I don't think they would have the balls to do that because, dude, it cannot last. Somebody will leak that shit.
I agree.
It cannot keep going. And to get in front of it, I also agree a live recording of it is the way to go because nobody's doing some David Copperfield shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One camera, one angle, one shot, go. Just do the coin tosses and have it be like at like a craps table where like everyone can see the die and it's in like there's like a little plastic dome. I think that's craps. I don't know. I've never even. I don't really gamble. I know it's weird. I'm a professional gambler, but I don't gamble. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
you
anyway.
don't do the games. You do the matches. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it would be awesome if we could just know for sure who win the coin toss every time, and there's no more questions about it. It wouldn't be difficult. I think honestly, the fact that they haven't started doing a live stream is a little bit suspicious. Like it's what's feeding the theories. It's that when you give us bullshit and tell you, oh no, that proved it. It's like, that's why I'm suspicious, is because you guys are acting like it got proven. Nothing got proven.
Yeah.
That's why I'm weirded out still.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, hey man, that's fair. I mean, look, I trust it. I think it's there, but I also know it's so to solve all the tinfoil hats out there, you just do it live. Exactly what you're saying. I totally agree. Because look, all that does is bring more attention, more energy to the card. I mean, literally, like you don't think at the very, very minimal bottom least, if you would do a live recording of the coin flip, the whole roster is going to tune in.
Yeah.
So at the very least, you're going to have 400 people watching that thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So next up, we've got, oh, dude, this is the one. So we've got Wes and we got Zakir. I just talked to Wes last week, and he straight up said, he's like, look, I know Zakir's history. I'm paraphrasing now, fam. But he basically said, no, I know what I'm getting into. And if he clubs me, I'm clubbing that fucker back because I mean business. And I love that answer because if he does club Wes and Wes survives, I have no doubt that Wes is going to lock in, as he says, and get up there and try and do the exact same thing back to him, even harder. And for that, whoever survives the first strike, I think has the best chance to come out on top with this.
So, very simple. I was praying to my deity every morning I woke up that Zakir Namenbayev would win this coin toss. Every single day, I took out my Bible. I'm not even Christian. I took out a Bible. And I said,
so is God real now, Henry? Is God...
I'm still agnostic, but I was still reading that Bible anyways. What if he is real, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying, please, Lord, let Zakir Namenbayev win this coin toss. And then literally, the moment I opened up the post, it was like I heard the angel singing, oh, and then I saw he won the fucking coin toss. And it was literally Rican Rambo sending me the thing. And by the way, not to harp on the coin toss, but back to that real quick. I said to Rican Rambo he would lose the coin toss 3 weeks ago. So to be clear, I'm not conspiracy after the fact. I told him before the fact he's losing this coin toss.
Right.
So I'm not picking sides here. Anyway,
you're not backpedaling after the fact. You're saying it before it even goes.
Yeah, I said long before. I said, and I also said that Zakir would win the coin toss because they've already used up Wes. They've chewed him up. It's time to spit him out. So they're giving Wes the coin toss win, or Zakir the coin toss win. I was nervous if Zakir won this coin toss, or if Wes won the coin toss, who I would bet on. Because I think Wes could put Zakir out in one shot, but I know Zakir is putting out Wes in one shot.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
I hate betting on a guy where I'm literally only betting on him on the hope he wins a one-round knockout or it's over. That's my least favorite bet ever. I like betting on a guy where I think he's going to win in one round. But if he misses or the guy flinches or whatever, stuff happens. If some weird shit happens, I trust he can eat the shot. Peter's a guy. I trust he can eat one. Zakir, I'm pretty confident he can eat one, but I know Wes is fucked. If Zakir even thinks about having his hand on Wes's chin, Wes will fall over, let alone if he slaps Wes on the chin. If Zakir lands something that looks anything like a slap, they will not call the DQ. If his foot comes anything less than a 4 off the ground, they will not call the DQ. And as long as Wes hits or Zakir hits anywhere around here, Wes will get knocked out. I want to talk to Zakir. We're going to do some breathing work. I'm going to get some mushrooms. Okay. I'm going to give him an edible. Yeah. And I'm going to tell him.
We're going to pose. We're going
to pose. I'll let him practice on me a few times if he wants. You just need to hit somewhere here with somewhere here. That's all you have to do. And keep your foot on the ground while you do it. Afterwards, you can do the splits, whatever. That's all he needs to do. And Wes will be taking the longest nap in power slap history. Will he do all of those things? I don't fucking know, because this guy seems like a dumbass. I don't know why. No one misses as often as Zakir misses. But he seemed to clean up his technique. I think he just didn't know the rules. So calling him a dumbass isn't fair. I think he doesn't know the rules. And I think now he's a little more privy to the rules and he understands what he needs to do. I think he's going to be landing clean. It'll be right on Wes's chin, and Wes will be taking a nap. That's my pick. Super easy bet. Another one of my bets. Bet on Zakir Nurmagomedov easily.
Yeah, I think so. When I talk to Zakir, what I like about Zakir is this: he does know what he has to work on, and what is interesting and possibly terrifying is if he does dial it in, I think that man's a champ. But in his last match, we'll have to pull it up again, fam. I don't want to do clips this time because Henry and I put out some, life-changing content, and YouTube said "fuck you." So we're not going to do clips. But we have seen Zakir do the thing, and that thing is, kind of gather himself, right? And nobody, if you're just looking at Zakir, would say that would be the case. So that's why slap is so much fucking fun. Is you can have a beast of a human, you don't know if they're going to still be standing. So with Zakir,
and Wes hits hard, man, and he hits harder than Dorian.
Like Wes is the Boom nickname. That's real. Like, motherfucker, I don't want to get hit by Wes. You kidding me?
Yeah.
But that's where I see who wins this. Zakir going first, massive advantage for all the things you said. But Wes has gotten up for some pretty insane touches, right? And
no,
so,
he has not. He's never gotten up from a hard slap. Ever.
And so the thing is,
let's be honest here, Joe. When's he ever been hit hard and gotten up? Answer the question.
Well, no, here's the thing. So when he had the one in NOLA, eventually it went, there was no getting up. But the first shot.
DeBell hit with his fingers like this, and Wes flinched. The second shot, he sat there and ate it, and he was wiggling around on the ground. He did not get up for nothing.
But the point is, he did keep going to the podium. That's my point.
I'm not saying. Didn't. Dude, they stopped the fight and he was on the ground. He looked like a 7-Eleven sausage.
But not on the first one.
The first one, DeBell met.
Dude, we gotta pull up clips. Do we dare? Oh, I lost you. Henry, you froze, big man.
Hello, can you hear me?
Holy shit. Are you there? Okay, there we go. I got you back.
Okay, we're back.
Sorry. Okay, no, you're good. You're good.
If this is Wes's head, DeBell's finger went like this. And then Wes said, "Hi." He went like, "Hi." I remember all this shit. And Wes flinched like this. The whole fucking crowd was booing, saying, "What the hell was that? That was bullshit." I had money on DeBell. I'm kind of fucking sweating,
Yeah.
I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, and then I watched the replay, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. They're going to call the flinch. They don't call shit in NOLA. They let it go. Wes misses as well. Let's let the record show. Wes missed as well. After that, then it was basically like the fight actually started. They both missed. I could have eaten both those slaps. They were terrible. They literally both hit with the tips of their fingers. It was nothing. Then finally, Wes stayed still. DeBell hit him. And at 8, Wes was wiggling around on the ground. He did not get up from nothing, and he did not eat a real slap. Let's set the record straight. I'm not letting you lie to these people.
No, dude, that's why you're here, Henry. You're the savant of slap. But I say that to say, he could have just died. Metaphorically, YouTube, don't fucking cut this shit. So he could have just been there, right? Uh-huh. And my point is, he did what he did, but he didn't show zero heart and just,
the guy's got a lot of heart.
Do you know what I'm saying?
When he goes out there, he's the most intense dude ever. He wants to win so bad.
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes. You know what I mean?
He's professional. I have a lot of good things to say about Wes. This is not a good fight for him.
And so I think it just comes down to if Zakir hits clean, that's a terrifying thing. If Wes gets a chance and he hits clean, I am curious if he gets that shot, right? If Zakir can handle it, because Wes has more time in the saddle, more time striking specifically, and if he can combine that accuracy, gets that chance, combines the accuracy and the power, I don't think Zakir has had that yet. And that's Wes's chance.
It'll be the hardest he's ever been hit.
It'll be the hardest he's ever been hit, and that's Wes's chance to say, "I told you fuckers, I'm here." But if it doesn't go that way, yes, Zakir pulls off the win. Yeah.
Thing is, if he makes it to his slap, it's because of some bullshit. It's because I got unlucky. It's because he flinched and it didn't get called, or it's because Zakir missed, which is again why we need to. Me and Zakir need to do our mushroom retreat, and I need to get him to focus. Literally, all he needs to think about. This is how I want Zakir to slap. Okay, I want him to stand like this, and I want him to go like, and just all you have to do is just hit the chin like that. That's all you gotta do. Okay, because Darius, as much as I like the guy, he does not hit anywhere near as hard as Zakir Nurmagomedov. It does not take a genius to tell you that. So, and Darius had him sat down on the first, right? Because with an accurate shot. And the thing with Wes is when you miss, it's so bad because his neck is so strong. So he'll just his whole body will move over and be like, what? So this is why it's like, for example, Aaron Turner, him losing to Wes Meta. If I was in Aaron Turner's body, I'd be the heavyweight champ right now. The guy just misses all the time. He just doesn't which is again why I need to get into contact with Aaron Turner. Because if that Nate rematch comes up, I told you the first time I'm betting on Nate because I knew that Aaron Turner makes the same fuck up every time, cashed easily. Besides the first round where Aaron did the right thing on accident, he looked like a fish out of water. He didn't know what he was doing up there. And that's why he lost that fight. The second time, this was my plan from the start. I want the rebound, okay, Nate? Have Aaron reach out to me, or I'll reach out to him. I've tried. I will tell you exactly what to do, Aaron. I bet on Nate the first time, and I will cash you the second time. Because I know how to beat Nate, and I knew that Aaron didn't know how to beat Nate, which is why I bet on Nate. Why I told everybody else to bet on Nate, because it was pretty obvious. Aaron slipped on a banana peel and accidentally slapped him correctly. But after that, his true colors showed, and he missed three times in a row. And Nate dominated the rounds where it was like normal. There was just one weird round.
Do you think there's a part of that where, like, do you think a lot of guys get up there? Because I think this is completely possible. They actually do have everything dialed in correctly, like how they stand, all that. But the second you get up on the podium or that stage, across from the podium, all that learning, it just goes away.
I could say that, but he's made this mistake 5 times in a row. He's never not made this mistake. And I won't say what it is because it's not, we want him to
DM you. You guys can talk about it.
But Aaron Turner, if you reach out to me, you will win your next fight, and I will even bet on you. And if you don't win your next fight, I'll give you your win bonus. Okay?
Dude.
You will win your next fight if you talk to me. If you don't, you look like a fish out of water. And you can look like a fish out of water if you'd like, but I will help you win. Because this guy, I'm telling you right now, who the fuck gets hit 4 times by Nate Bernard and gets back up? Like, this guy is so gifted. Yeah. He has a cement block for a head. He is hugely fucking strong.
And the height is an advantage because they have to work to him.
Now, here's the thing with height. It's a huge disadvantage on the.
You think so?
Bad, but when you're so tall, it can kind of come around to being an advantage. You don't want to be taller, but when you're so tall that you're like hard to like reach up at, like I want to see Lewis Robinson and Brian Ellis. This is a fight that I want to see.
That would be good.
1 foot of height difference, and I'm telling you right now, Lewis would have him packed up on the first slap. 100%.
Bro, I would watch that. I would watch that.
If anyone wants to take this, I will bet 50 grand even odds. I'll pick Lewis, you pick Brian Ellis. Brian Ellis 100% loses to Lewis. I am certain of it. Because
Justin, you listening? Sin, you listening? We're watching that one. Yeah.
I'm in. Set that up. It would be the funniest face-off ever. A foot of height difference. It would be the funniest walkout ever. A foot of height difference. And then after that, imagine Brian Ellis is standing up and Lewis is like, I need him to come down to me. It would be the funniest fucking thing ever. And on top of that, in shocking fashion, the 5'7" gnome from the UK who looks like a blown-up middleweight will have Brian Ellis packed up on the floor taking a nap. 100%. And I can say that shit because me and Lewis are buds.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I love it, man. So I think it just comes down to who's going to take the blow on this one and then who's going to not, honestly, because there's so many different factors from the chin to the clubbing issues, things like that. I am so stoked for that. And I'm stoked for that match too, because depending on the outcome, now what? Does Wes get to return and get another crack? Does Zakir have to get one more to prove that he can hit clean or whatever it is before he gets the crack at it? So I think the outcome and what they do with it is also super interesting with this one. But let's move along. So we've got Brandon and Azael. So this is the one I was talking about where when they released the matches, I was surprised by. So we got Azael making another move, right? And I think that was good for him because he just needs to find, I think, we'll just get into it. So I think Azael, I think it's just the timing of it. I don't think anybody is necessarily like leaps and bounds above this dog. Like I just don't. And he's proven he is the guy, but I don't want Azael to be the rich Franklin of any division. I don't want him to be the pound for pound best in whatever division, but he just keeps getting Anderson Silva, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I just don't want that for him. So I was surprised by the matchmaking because Brandon and Isaiah, I think they wanted that match. You know, if you watch their stories and that, I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah. But the good that could come out of Azael winning this match is basically, I told you so, right? Like
I'm back.
I'm back. You guys figure out what to do.
He's getting a title shot if he wins.
Yeah, 100%. And I love that. In fact,
the winner of this is a title shot, no doubts.
No doubt. And so, and I think what's weird is I don't know why they did that, except for the move of Azael, because otherwise, why not? The champ asks for it. Look, if you can't request a match as a champ, then what are some of the perks otherwise, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's why I think they put it together. And if Azael comes out and wins, what I envision and what I like about it is he can literally go on there and say, okay, you guys figure out what to do with me. Where's my title shot? And with Brandon, if he wins, I think he's just earned it based on everything he's been through, right? Like Konakoa match, all that kind of stuff. He's a vet. Like if he wins, what else are you going to do with him?
The reason why Brandon Rhodes was getting a title shot before was not because he should be getting a title shot, but was because everyone else did coke. But now, if he beats Azael, he 100%. Well, you said it, not me. If he wins this one, I think he actually earned the title shot. Like before, it was just kind of like he's won a couple fights, right place, right time. Let's throw him in there. Isaiah wants a match. Let's do it. Now, if he beats Azael in the way I think he will beat Azael, then absolutely give him a title shot. No doubt.
No, I agree. I think that's the way to look at this match. It wasn't expected, but it's going to be a banger. Everyone knows that there's no pussies going into this one. Like they have the heart, they have the experience, and I think that's the way to look at this match. Not necessarily who's going to win, who's going to lose, but whoever does come out as the winner, bro, it's title shot city.
Yeah, so my pick for this one, I will try to distill it to 5 minutes because we're at an hour and 7. I assume we don't want it to be that long. So, especially because the main event, I've got an essay to
I do as well. Yeah.
So anyway, Azael has never been a knockout kind of guy. He has 11 fights and 2 knockouts, one of which against AJ, which doesn't count, and then the other one against Amir Nuruddin, which doesn't count. So really, he has 0 knockouts. He's never knocked out a person ever. But the guy has a fucking chin. And if you've got a chin, you do not need to be strong. If you can take damage, you just need to give a little more damage than you took, right?
Yeah.
So Azael has always been 85% chin, 15% power.
Yeah, I buy that.
Brandon Rhodes, to me, is a little more powerful than his chin. I would give him probably 60% power, 40% chin. So you might say, Henry, why are you going against your rule of always picking the guy with the better chin? It's very simple. Azael's chin is gone. He's been knocked out twice. He doesn't have the chin anymore.
Interesting.
So now I think he hits kind of hard, not that hard. I mean, Waylon Frost, on paper, hits a lot harder than he does because he knocked out Provost in 1. Azael stumbled him after 3. So Azael made some significant mistakes that match. I gave him an entire write-up on exactly what he needed to do to win. He ignored all of it, lost, and then we talked about the match afterwards, and he was like, how'd you know, bro? Because I literally, in my write-up, I told him exactly what would
Azael's such a good guy, man. Like, he's
like,
such a good guy.
I was telling him all the mistakes he made. He goes like, man, but like, I wish I knew this before the fight. I'm like, I literally told you this before the fight. Anyway, I didn't bet a penny on Azael. I'm not a bitter sports bettor. I just wanted to see him win, and I'm frustrated that he managed to find out how to lose. But anyway, this one I don't think is winnable for him. I don't think he's as strong as he needs to be to hurt Brandon. We've seen Brandon get hurt, but who's he getting hurt by? He's getting hurt by Konakoa, who's the hardest hitter in 185 by a 100%. Wide margin. And he's getting hurt by Brandon Bordeaux, Do I even
Champ.
talk about how strong that guy is?
Yeah.
And still, he ate 2, and maybe could have eaten a third. It would have been hard to say. He ended up losing by DQ. So, does Azael hit 1/10 as hard as any of those dudes? No, he does not. He just doesn't. Kanakoa has never seen a judge a scorecard. Azael has never seen a knockout. This is not even close. So, again, besides his 2, which Amir Nuruddin and AJ, I would knock out Amir Nuruddin and AJ. So those don't count. So Azael always been chin dependent, and Brandon loves it when you're chin dependent because that guy hits like a fucking truck. I spoke with Manny Muniz. Manny Muniz says he's never been hit as hard as Brandon Rhodes hit him, and that guy's
Manny told me the same
Chris.
thing, bro. Yeah, that says a lot.
So and because of that, we also know Manny's been hit by Anthony Blackburn 10 times in a row. So he's been hit by Anthony, and he's going, I'm telling you, Brandon hits way harder. Remember who knocked out Azael not that long ago? Oh, it was Anthony Blackburn. So this isn't rocket science. Don't overthink it. This is as simple as it gets. Brandon Rhodes will win very easily. He is one of my bets. He will win by knockout in the first or second round is my prediction.
Yeah, I think the only surprise I agree with that. The only surprise I see that could happen, because it's such a roll of the dice, is because Brandon has taken so many shots and the type of shots he has taken, and the fact that Azael won this coin toss, that's the shot. We might be super surprised that Brandon's chin just said, you know what, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore.
Even then, dude, I mean, he ate a shot by Trenton Bordeaux right on the button. And
That's
and
fair.
Trenton Bordeaux sent the record at the combine for the hardest slap. And then you might have heard his coach was Brandon Bordeaux, of course.
Of course.
So it's like the guy's got good technique, obviously strong as fuck, record at the combine, right on Brandon's chin, walked it off like it was nothing. I'm telling you right now, I would pick Trenton Bordeaux to beat Azael, and Brandon made it look easy.
Wow.
So this one's not close. Really, like, again, this is another one of these fights where a piano needs to fall from the roof on the and I love Azael. I love him.
Oh, yeah. No, dude. It's something like that.
And I even told him, I told him to move to 185 after he did that podcast with Ding. I said, yeah, move to 185. There's a lot better opportunities here. He got the worst match he could have gotten. Brandon is, in my opinion, the uncrowned champ at 185. I'd pick him to beat anybody other than Kanakoa going second or Darren Godfrey going second. Anybody else, I'm picking Brandon Rhodes comfortably. So because of that, Azael really got a fucking rough draw here. So I think Azael.
Would you be totally shocked though if Azael pulled it out?
Totally shocked.
Totally shocked. Okay.
In awe.
So there's no part of you that says it's Brandon all the way.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
I personally think Wes has a higher chance of winning because Wes, at least we know if he can miraculously survive the shot via flinching or Zakir missing, I know he can bring that power where I'm like, oh shit. I am confidently picking a guy going second. That's not normal, but I know he can eat the shot, right?
Yeah.
So, I just don't see how, unless Azael got way stronger. And that's possible. It could happen. But he needs to get, 50% stronger than his last match in Saudi. In 4 months, he needs to get 50% stronger. And he's been doing this shit since Power Slap 1. You don't really see a guy making leaps and bounds this late in his career. Frankly, I think he's got 2 or 3 matches left. I think he's going to get knocked out this one. And then I think he'll have one more. He'll probably get knocked out in that one. I think that'll probably be it. And it sucks because the problem with Slap is you get a couple bad matchups. You get knocked out a few times, and now your career's over. You get a few lives in this game.
Yeah, that's what's hard about this game. Yeah,
it's fucking brutal.
It's brutal. And we've talked about that before in the pod quite a bit. You can make a career of this. But I feel like we're going to find – I mean, what's interesting about Slap, bro, is you will find the most unique, niche, strength-specific human beings on the planet through this because guys that make a career of it and go on a tear, like DeBell, like Babyface before Cole Young, you know what I mean? That is such a unique human being. It doesn't make any sense to me, you know? It doesn't make any sense, but – that's what we're going to find. We're going to find those people. So the ones that were the OGs and coming up in the sport, kudos to them to make this what it has become so far. And I think Azael is definitely one of those people from the very beginning. Brandon is one of those people as well. So
Azael will go down as the best fighter to never win a belt.
Bro, isn't that? Yeah. Yeah,
And
like I said, I don't want.
If I was in his body, I would have beaten Anthony. He should have beaten Anthony. He just like missed 3 times in a row. And I've talked to him. He knows he missed 3 times in a row. He's so frustrated.
That's what's great about
his last 2
Azael,
matches.
and well, frankly, a lot of strikers. But Azael's quick to be honest about it, and he'll even say it was even partially nerves. I mean, his family had heads of him bopping around, during that match, but
It's easy for us to say, "Oh yeah, just hit him, bro." But
yeah,
it's
totally,
harder to do it up there.
Totally, yeah, it's so easy. But that's my analogy for this. Whoever wins is getting the title shot. I think that's 100%. But it's just like, sometimes you're Rich Franklin, You're the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Fuck, it's Anderson Silva. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not comparing saying, Brandon Silva of Slap. I'm just saying that's what I want for Azael, is not to be the Rich Franklin or the Sean Kemp in the dunk contest.
I would love to see him win a belt. I just don't see how it's possible.
That's what I'm saying. So the heart is definitely Azael, and the brain is definitely Brandon, and I think that's real. I love both these guys so much. I've hung with them personally. They're phenomenal, but I think whoever wins is getting that title shot. Okay, Let's move on, man. You and I got the gift of gab. I love it. So, dude. Okay. I'll let you go first on this one. We got Allen and we've got Logan. Before you get going, I will, just to preface it, I love what Slap did here, where the co-main and the main are so intertwined.
Yeah.
This is nothing but entertaining. That's what I'm going to say.
Literally, the last slap of the Wolverine and the Crazy Hawaiian match, we know the matches that are coming after. The loser of that is like if Klingbao beats Logan and Wolverine beats the Crazy Hawaiian, it couldn't be any fucking easier to set up the next matches. Allen faces Wolverine in the rematch, and the Crazy Hawaiian faces Logan. It's obvious. So, those are gimmies. And then after that, Peter faces the loser of Klingbao, or loser of Klingbao Wolverine, beats them, faces the winner of that fight for the title. So yeah. I think it's, and now maybe if Klingbao wins the rematch against, okay, we're getting way in the future. Klingbao wins here, rematch is Wolverine. If they're 1-1, we got to do it one more time. But then whoever wins that should be facing Peter. Because in my opinion, if you've done a trilogy, whoever lost twice, you're out of the running for a little bit. You got to win 2 more.
Yeah, you gotta work your way back up the rankings. Dude, I agree. I think whatever the outcomes are in either fight, we already know what's going down. And
the winner of this, I love obvious title fights where both of them are fighting. Because, for example, Dorian has been in 2 one-sided title contender fights. If Pono beat him, Pono would have fought DeBell.
Right.
Pono lost. If Zakir beat him, Zakir would have faced DeBell. And Zakir lost. But Dorian never gets the fucking title shot. He gives the other people the opportunity to win the title shot. So I like this one because it's obviously for the title shot. For both of them. They both can win a fight for the title.
Yeah, both of them. And I love that all 4 of them, Ron's quieter, but he knows. I love that all 4 of them also know that. I love that all 4 of them
eyeing each other up like, I might be fighting you. Okay, yeah.
I love it. And so let's just bring in the main event as well as we talk. Let's just talk about both of them. So, yeah, they're also connected. And with Logan and Allen, I love Logan's just like core confidence. He's talking smack, he's talking shit, and that's great. But I love his core confidence. And with Allen, I love his verbal confidence because he's like, hey, you fuckers doubted me against Luke. Look what I'm doing. Yeah. And so they both have real things to grab onto and preach. And when it comes to Crazy and Wolverine, dude, I told you this before we started recording. I think they made that match, and I've said this on 3 separate pods as well. I think they made that match to get underneath people's skin so people would watch, people would be more interested. And also, whether people agree with it or not, Crazy has done things for the sport. So Power Slap knows 2 things very well. They know that wherever they put Crazy next, there's already a narrative because he was like the first face that they kind of promoted. So that makes guys jealous. That makes guys want to get him. He's got the target on his back. But to put him in a title match right off the rip from losing a lot of surgery, you can just feel the eyeballs and you can feel the jealousy and you can feel the people that feel slighted. And because of that, it's going to bring so much more to that match, and it's going to bring even more to whoever wins that match.
Yeah.
Because if Crazy loses, I told you this, he doesn't belong in our division, blah, blah, blah. And if Crazy wins, he's going to say, I told you I belong in this division, blah, blah, blah. And what comes out of that are the easiest matchmaking things ever. And I couldn't be more excited for the co-main and the main.
All right, so now for the nitty-gritty, the actual predictions here.
Give it to us.
So, Klingbeil is, I would call him, I mean, he was a title contender for the greatest flincher ever. I think recently he's lost his title to Colton Cole, but he's right there in the running. But the only issue is that I spoke with Klingbeil. He said he was doing that shit on accident. He didn't even want to be flinching. He was just, it was just like a natural response.
Sure.
I think he should go back to his flinching ways. He was doing fucking great. But he can do whatever he wants, right? I think Klingbeil will win this fight, but I am not certain. I see ways Logan could win. I see ways Klingbeil could win. By far the hardest fight to pick on the entire card. If you told me Klingbeil won in the first round, wouldn't be shocked. If you told me, now, because dude, Klingbeil, he struck directly on the button 6 times in a row against Wolverine. How many guys do that? Not that many, really. They just don't. On top of that, he had Wolverine stumbling all over the place. How many guys have done that? Not that many. He had Wolverine hurt. I mean, look at how Russell did against Wolverine. And I would say Klingbeil, who I've never once ever considered saying this, I think Klingbeil hits harder than Russell Rivero. And it's actually backed by results at the podium. I'm not, this isn't a pie in the sky idea. They both hit Wolverine. Russell did nothing. Wolverine was stumbling, needing to center himself. Klingbeil, I think, hits harder than Russell. If Russell's going first against anybody, you need to be scared for his opponent. There's a chance he can put his lights out quick. So, just by virtue of he won the coin toss, I'm picking Klingbeil. If Logan had won the coin toss, I'd be picking Logan.
Yeah.
It's nip and tuck. I've got Klingbeil 65%. I think he's going to be a dog on the betting odds. I think he's a good pick. But I'm not betting either way this fight because it's so tough. But I could see Klingbeil hurts Logan really hard in the first round, maybe even knocks him out in the first round, but hurts him real hard in the first round. It's Logan's turn, and Klingbeil does a little one of these. Herzog doesn't notice. Klingbeil hits him right back, and we're looking at a dominant victory. I mean, just fucking knocked him down, ate the shot, and then fucking knocked him out. I could see Klingbeil embarrass Logan. I could also see Logan's never really been that hurt either. So I could see him hit Logan right on the button, and Logan shakes it off, comes back, and he's strong. He just knocked out Russell Rivero, who Wolverine couldn't knock out Russell Rivero. He did it in one, and it wasn't even a good shot. I could see him literally have Klingbeil fucking convulsing on the canvas in one. I have no clue what way this is going to go.
Yeah.
But I will say with confidence it ends in a knockout. And I will say with confidence that Klingbeil, having won the coin toss, gives him a huge edge. But I don't know who's going to win, and I'm very excited to watch.
Yeah, so this is where you and I fully agree.
It's because I said a whole bunch of fucking nothing and said I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah. No, that's what we got to do, right? We just kind of filibuster until we get to the end. So, but no, dude, I agree because of Alan's match with Luke. And I've told this to Alan. He shocked the world, fam. He shocked the world.
Hey,
and
he did not shock me. I don't know why people were so surprised by that.
But not everyone has that radar you've got. You know what I'm saying? You've got this weird antenna happening. You know what I mean? Which is why you're here, Henry.
The thing is, I don't know why Klingbeil was such a big underdog. Their first fight was a split decision that he fucked up. He won the first fight.
You know what it is though and I'm guilty of this. I'll admit it. What it is going back to the narrative. There really is power in how they present you. Right. Mm-hmm. And so the power of editing.
The marketing affects the betting odds, dude. Literally.
It totally does. It totally does. And I think that's what hurt Alan because they portray Alan as kind of a wild card, not dialed in. At least that was my opinion. Mm-hmm. And so when he did that to Luke, only people that can see through all that crap, a la my boy Henry, would never think otherwise. Right. Uh-huh. And so that's where it's weird for me because Logan is saying all these things that are correct from his perspective, right? And Alan's saying all these things that are correct from his perspective because he's like, yeah, you guys think this, you guys think
someone
that.
has to lose.
And someone's got to lose.
And they're both so good. I mean, I would pick Klingbeil to beat like 10 different dudes. I would pick Logan to beat like 10 different dudes.
100%.
This is a really... And also, neither of these guys are glass cannons. Neither of these guys are really weak. These guys both have power. They both have chins. These are fucking really, really, really legit high-level guys. I can't wait. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. This is where we just give the win to the matchmaker. Justin, saying good job.
I mean, I won't even give them too much credit. This shit was obvious as hell to make. But, I'm giving them as much credit as, setting up Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner, too, all right? I mean, this was not difficult here. But
Right.
Good job. We'll give you guys...
Good job. Yeah.
It's a whole lot better than fucking Jordan Oasis and Jonathan Carrera, all right?
Yes, dude. So, and when it comes to the... my kid's dancing like a maniac. Yeah, bro, I'm almost done. So, that's the co-main. I love it. Great matchmaking. And then with the main, dude... If Ron pulls it out, I feel like, okay, well, that's because, yeah. So Ron wins. I think he has one more match, and then he's done.
Yeah.
I know he's got this 6-fight deal, but he's very open about, he doesn't want to do this long term. He's very open about and honest. This is such a young man's game. And he's very open and honest about, even if he could keep going, depending on how things go, literally match by match, he's just put out so many signals that he doesn't want to keep doing this, that I think depending on how he wins, I think he has one more and he's done. If Crazy gets up there and he wins, I think it's an explosion of reaction, and whoever he fights next is going to be the most viewed power slap match to date. That's what I think.
Well, I think from a legacy perspective, it would be so fascinating if Wolverine wins this. And the way I think is going to be clear, I'll say my prediction now, round 1 knockout. That's my prediction. I think Wolverine's going to embarrass him.
Okay.
And if that happens, I see him staying around a little while longer because he's afraid of getting hit. He is not afraid of slapping fools. I promise you. So
no.
If this fight he wins by round 1 knockout, the next fight he wins by round 1 knockout, they spice up his contract a little bit.
Got you.
He's got the new coin toss rule. He has the opportunity to not take damage. I think they might be able to keep him on the hook just a little while longer. I think they want to set up that fight with him and Peter. But I think Wolverine would be a smart guy to say, you know what? I want to get out of here before I have to face Peter. Because, yeah, I don't see that fight going well for him. Maybe Wolverine moves to heavyweight, does another Darius rematch, something like that. I would be surprised. I'll tell you right now, I'd be shocked if his contract runs out and that's literally the last we hear of him. I could even see him taking 2 years off and coming back for a super fight, him and Darius again. Or, him and whoever the champ is in 2 years, who the fuck knows, right?
Yeah. Because you got to remember I'm an old head. So when you were saying that, what popped in my head was when Hoist Gracie fought Matt Hughes in UFC. That was kind of the narrative. It was like, all right, we got these new school guys. We're gonna see if the old school guys can compete with them because Hoist was older, but he wasn't like ancient. Yeah. And so that's an interesting take, man. That could be fun. That could be fun.
I would be very surprised if literally his career just ends with this fight. The rematch with Allen or not beating Logan. I don't know who would win, but facing Logan. And then that's just it. I'd be surprised. It feels like that would be ending with a bit of a Peter. He's got more gas in the tank for sure. Dude, the guy just ate 3 fucking clean slaps from Russell in a row and shook him off. Who the fuck does that?
That's real.
Nobody. So it's like Wolverine still got it. I don't care if he's not as good as he was at his best. He still got it. For sure. Now, obviously, not everyone wants to get hit in the head forever, but man, he's still at the fucking here.
The reality is no one's taken him off the mountain yet, and that's just facts. Yeah.
So then, and then as of my prediction, I'll explain why I am nearly certain Wolverine will win by an early round knockout.
Let's go.
So if we break down weight category by weight category, I want you to tell me every lightweight you think has a really good chin.
Lightweight?
Yeah, so I want to do quick, 5 seconds each division. Just quickly, who comes to mind?
So lightweight here, dude. I just have to pull up my cheat sheet because there's too many guys. Let me minimize you here. So, oh man, lightweight or light heavyweight?
lightweight. I'm talking
Lightweight.
155ers. How many of them have a really good chin? Like a notably good chin?
So I know we just disagreed a little bit, but Dakota and then Robert is what immediately comes to mind. Like immediately.
Okay, yeah. I'm talking quick every division because I'm going to do a
Yeah. So
right.
really quick, Trujillo, done.
All right, 170.
Well, I mean, Azael.
Manny, probably.
Manny. It's Manny because he went 10 blows with baby. It's Manny. Done.
So okay, but now you would say maybe Azael has a really good chin. I'm talking like you think they have an incredible chin.
It's
Manny,
hard because I see what you're saying, but it's hard because I'm thinking of guys that we see the most of as well. So like as an example, Debo. I don't know. We don't really see that dude.
Debo does not have a good chin.
Well, right, but I'm saying we haven't really. We've seen more of the other guys.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So, yeah. So I got to go with the champ then. I'll just go with Young.
All right, so Cole Young, I'm going to throw Manny Muniz in there to help you out. He's got a great chin. But, okay, so two guys. 185 who has a really good chin. Like, who's never been dropped, fucking handles them all like nothing.
Dude, I guess.
You can say nobody, too. Because there is nobody in 185 that, like,
well,
has never
I'm looking
been
at
dropped.
the list, and it's just weird because we haven't seen Davis in a minute because that's who kind of popped up. You always can go with the champ. Look, say what you want about Isaiah. Yeah, he's got a chin. He's the champ. So I'm going to say champ on.
I'm talking a really good chin. Like Isaiah's been knocked out 3 times. He does not have a really good chin.
But the issue is, though, is you have to be able to see them compete a lot. And so the guys that you see compete a lot is kind of where my brain's going, who I've seen. And you can't argue. I see what you're saying, but it's hard for me not to just immediately pick the champ in each division.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, 205. I'm just going to start answering to speed this up. We got Wolverine. Wolverine's got a real good chin. Logan's really never been hurt too bad, but there's not really that, like, really Wolverine, if we're talking really good chin. 265, Dorian, duh.
That one's easy.
Dwayne
The man had the
Crespo.
doctor. The man had the doctor tell the world you're built differently.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Dorian, we could say DeBell, although I've got some hot takes about DeBell. It's hard to even throw a third guy in there. Dwayne, I think Dwayne Crespo when he was at his best, sure.
Dwayne's underrated.
Really low. And then now I want you to name every guy in the super heavyweight who's never even been wobbled. You could probably name fucking all of them.
Like, I'm thinking wobbled or dead, because when you first said that was McKinney, done.
So, okay, if we're going if I just look up power stop, now I'm going to pull up the cheat sheet.
No, I got you, dude. I can just share it. Let's do it.
Well, here, I've already got it up. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you got
All
it.
right,
Okay.
so the champ's been stumbled once, ate it pretty comfortably. McKinney Mandu's been stumbled once. One time.
Dude, Dumpling stumbled a little bit. You saw it in his eyes.
Once. And then Crazy Hawaiian, never really been knocked down, but he got a little dazed after he lost some weight. Kalani, only one that's ever really been knocked out. Danny's been hurt, but he always gets back up. Never that bad. Juicy, never been budged. Jocko, 8-3 from the other guy, never been budged. Cedrice, never been budged, even though he's only had one fight. Evian Scott, I think he's been knocked down, but he always ate it. Zach, never been budged. And there's plenty of guys outside the rankings. Micah Sayuli, there's even
Would
more.
You say super heavyweight division? Because when you just went through that list, I had this thought that might be the best chin division.
Well, this is where I'm getting to. There are plenty of old ass dudes who, if they lost weight in the super heavyweights, they would get their shit kicked in. But because they're 400 pounds, they can eat shots. All of the guys who are heavy just so happen to have a chin. None of them have chins. They're fucking 400 pounds. I won't get into the deep science of why 400-pound guys are able to eat shots so well. I think there's the obvious of just, they're big. But it's not as simple as that.
No, there's more to it.
There is a science to why, and no one gives a fuck, so I won't get into it, and we're an hour and a half in. Anyway, 400-pound guys can eat shots way better than the same guys who lose weight.
Yeah.
And it's not genetic chin. It is a byproduct of their extreme weight. Their genetic chin...
Do you think that the guys that are huge, like Lansing, right, but also take the weightlifting aspect that so much more serious than others, does that help him, or it doesn't matter? It's a sure mass thing.
It is a sheer mass thing. And again,
Interesting.
I don't want to get into the fucking nerdy
No,
details.
you're fine.
That
That just popped to my head.
Well,
yeah, you're good.
I can say it briefly. Because of the shape of the body, the slaps hit them differently. They hit laterally instead of coming up. Coming up is what generates the knockout because it's head rotation. Coming sideways, if you tense your neck, it goes into your neck force. That's the simple explanation of why heavy guys can eat shots that lighter guys can't. Gotcha. So Crazy Hawaiian does not have a chin. Fundamentally, he does not have a good genetic capability of eating shots. What he has is 400 pounds. You may have heard he does not have 400 pounds anymore. So now his genetic chin is going to be put on display for the first time in his entire career of slapping.
Interesting.
Now, obviously, he probably does have a somewhat good genetic chin because there are 400-pound guys who get knocked out. And there are 400-pound guys who can eat shots. So maybe he has some genetic chin. But what I theorize is the guys who get knocked out in the heavier weight categories either show up with brain damage, previous alcohol, previous knockouts, maybe they're cutting weight for some reason, etc., etc., etc. There are reasons why you can have a poor chin. But if you have an average genetic chin, you eat all of the shots in super heavyweight. Now he's lost the weight. Now he's going up against the fucking champ who hits like a damn truck and can eat shots and is winning the coin toss.
And who
if
really...
you think Crazy Hawaiian's going to win, you need to get your fucking head checked. There is a 0% chance he will win by anything other than DQ. I'm picking Wolverine round 1 KO.
Dude, I love it, man. I love it when we get together, Henry, because it's like the card gets that much more exciting to me. Because
I say so much crazy shit you want to see.
Well, it's not. But here's the thing, though. Yes, you do. That's why it's fun, right? But you also, like, people can say what they want. Yes, crazy shit is said, but you also don't. You do this thing that's unexpected, which is, you know what? Gravity's not real, but I also know why. Like you just kind of like da 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 da. So it just makes me that much more excited for the card. I love that we do this. The best thing about Slap is there is a nuance to it that people aren't paying attention to yet. And when that nuance
I'm one of the few people who are paying attention.
And you're one of the few people that do it. And I'm very open about, I always say, as a fan, that's one of my things, right? But what I love is, at the end of the day, like MMA, maybe not boxing so much, but like MMA, there's not a puncher's chance like in those other sports. Mm-hmm. Like it's a punching reality. So everything is about, can you take it? It really is. Like, so the fact that you bring up name a chin catches me off guard, and we go through the list. And then when you're going through the list, I'm like, dude, is the super heavyweight the chin list? You go, okay, thank you. This is where I'm going with it. So now the audience goes, oh, shit. And they think about it from this different angle. Brother, I love it, man. I love it. And we do know this, and this is why we're so amped about this card. The co-main and the main is so intertwined. It doesn't fucking matter what happens as far as watching and getting more excited, because then I'm already anticipating the next card. And that's what's cool about March 6th, Power Slap 18. You already are anticipating Power Slap 19.
And what also makes this fight so simple to follow, who do you think hits harder, Crazy Hawaiian or Russell Rivera?
Bro.
You don't need to stick your head up your ass. It's pretty obvious. Come on.
I feel...
You can look at the two of them.
But the thing is, though, Crazy slaps different than Russell does. Crazy kind of, you know what I'm saying? He kind of does this thing.
Would you say he uses his weight?
I would say he uses his weight.
Which you may have realized isn't there anymore.
Yeah. God,
so now at 205, who do you think hits harder today?
No.
Wait. No. I'm putting you on the spot.
No. I got you. I'm not going to back away. I'm not going to back away. In this spot, Ron obviously hits harder. He's lived here forever.
No, I'm talking Russell Rivera.
Oh, dude, I don't know enough about Russell. I would say Crazy
Russell Rivera. Today, Crazy Hawaiian hits harder than Russell Rivera.
No.
No, I'm talking.
Sorry, I'm still
today.
thinking super heavyweight chin. No, Russell hits harder, but it still comes down to everything we've talked about.
So Wolverine ate those like they were a joke. I looked like I was slapping Wolverine during that.
Yeah.
So right now we can just go check. He already can't hurt Wolverine. We already know that because Russell for sure hits harder than Crazy Hawaiian. There's no way. We can look at the two of them. I get there's technique and there's a fucking trick and there's this and if he does, you can get all that nerdy shit out the way. I can look at these two motherfuckers and I know who hits harder. It's obviously Russell. And Wolverine ate them like they were jokes. And then on top of that...
Wait. And a miracle occurred. God might be real, as we discussed. Wolverine did win the coin toss. So we're about to find shit out pretty immediately.
It's a complete fucking joke of a fight. I don't know how any, and I even said on Slap News, I said I would shave my head if Wolverine lost, excluding DQs. There is a 0% chance Wolverine loses this fight, and if he does,
to you, it's more about how quickly he gets it over with. No,
something was so funny with me and Lewis talking about this. He was saying crazier things have happened, and I said, no, they haven't. This would be the craziest thing ever. Literally the craziest thing ever.
Talk about a marketing opportunity. The craziest thing ever of Crazy Wins.
In the division where everyone has a chin, some guy moves down, miraculously keeps his chin, hits harder than Russell Rivera when he shows up to the new weight category.
Yeah.
That would be the craziest thing ever. There's no way that wouldn't be the most unbelievable slap result that we've ever seen on the fucking stage. Crazy things have not happened.
So to compound that, the very first question I asked Crazy, and what I think it was the first question from Slap News as well, and everyone's talking about it. It's the biggest mystery, and you're blowing it up as you should, because that is the fucking question.
The chin.
When Crazy gets hit, is he still vertical? That is it.
Horizontal. Convulsing.
Well, so here's the thing. If he's not horizontal and convulsing, now it's like, okay, this is why they made the match.
Here's the thing. Even if he isn't, I don't care. He doesn't hit harder than Russell Rivera. We're done.
Why I say that is because that's the question. So if he survives that first slap, then it's like, oh shit, now what? But I think a lot of people, which is why it's the question, are thinking the same way as you. I have the same thought. I literally asked him straight to his face, and that's the question. And the fact that the miracle of miracles occurred and Ron won the coin toss, I mean, that's going to be the most intriguing slap of the whole fucking night is Ron's first slap.
Well, he won because he's the champ. He actually lost the coin toss, too. They released that he lost the coin toss, and then they retroactively went, he's the champ. No.
Yeah.
So they printed in the article, the Crazy Hawaiian won the toss. And then they went, oh, wait, sorry. Actually, he's the champ. He wins the toss automatically.
Dude,
which, by the way, adds to the fucking conspiracy theory.
I was just going to say that.
Constantly, Ron loses the toss. Another coin toss.
No, dude, this is... They need to do it live. Dude, they need to do the coin toss live. But that, to me, is what makes that first slap... Well, sorry. That, to me, is what makes Ron's first slap the most anticipated, exciting slap of the whole night, because this is why Power Slap is beautiful. We will find out. And we know what Crazy's saying. We know his confidence. We can even go into why he's getting the title shot, the whole narrative thing we've been talking about. But that moment, I'm going to be there. I know you're going to be there. No one's going to be saying a word. I really don't think so.
I can't wait.
As soon as he stands up, you're going to be able to hear a freaking ant piss, and it's because everyone wants to know how that's going to go. And for that reason, hell yeah, let's go. I love the match.
In my opinion, my most anticipated slap is Zakir, because I think it's so pertinent to the outcome of the match.
Okay.
Because I could see, like, for example, if Wolverine doesn't knock out Crazy Hawaiian in one and somehow we're going the rounds, we're going to a decision, I already know the Crazy Hawaiian can't hurt Wolverine. I don't care. I already know the outcome of the fight. It's impossible.
And what I love about you, man, what I love about you too, is even a fellow striker, a heavyweight guy, can say crazier things are happening, and with no hesitation, you're like, "Fuck off! I know what's going down."
No, they haven't. This would be the craziest thing ever.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. You can't agree with. That's why all these little things. You can't agree with. That's the match to make. And whatever happens, it doesn't matter because we already know what's coming, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and if Wolverine loses, I'll do this podcast with an egghead. I'm in. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. All right, fam. All right, everybody, let's call it. Let's cut it. We need to get into the prelims and all that. That's for another day, potentially. But I can say this. Tune in March 6th, Power Slap 18. There's so many cool storylines, fam. You got to watch it. And if you have the capability, you got to see it live. You will be hooked. Henry, thank you for coming on, man.
Quick thing before we call it here. I've got one last thing to say.
Yes.
So I said I'd go over my bets. I'm just going to quickly share my bets. I do not know the betting odds yet, so I won't say how to size them. Bet on Peter, bet on Zakir, bet on Brandon Rhodes, and bet on Wolverine. Those are my 4 picks. And then lastly, if you are interested in bankrolling me, this is the only time I will ever share my bets ever on a podcast ever again. I will never share them again. If you want my bets in the future, message me on Instagram. It'll be in the description. Instagram is just Henry Nehring, one word. I am looking for people to potentially bankroll my picks. I bet 5 figures every single power slap, and I would love to bet 6 or 7 figures every single power slap. I am 9-0 on profitable events with an average return of 50% on each one, and I predict 86% of power slap matches correctly. If you are looking to multiply your money, you're short on rent, you want a little extra cash, I have 5 figures in profit betting the sport, and I have never sized up my bets until now. At least not super significantly. So yeah, this event I'll be making in the 5 figures easily while sitting on my ass, and you can do the same with even less work than I do. I will only take a share of your profits would be the offer I give to anybody. I've got multiple people who are already being bankrolled with my predictions, and you can be one of them. Send me a message on Instagram. Let's work.
Dude, call now.
Last time I will ever share my bets on here ever again. So I'm sharing this one for free for everybody. Zakir, Peter, Brandon Rhodes, Wolverine. Those are the 4 bets to place.
Okay, I love it. Henry, thank you so much, man. Let's let this thing. Well, I guess it doesn't need to upload. We went live. So take it easy, fam. Go follow Henry. Watch the card. We're out.
All right. Thank you very much.